So Solomon, obviously for the past decade, you've been a leader. What are some of the qualities that you think make a good leader?
I gotta tell you, leadership is a lifelong lesson. You can ask, the oldest of leaders who've led hundreds and thousands of people, and they're still talking about learning how to lead. I think the best way to lead a person, a team member, your department, your family, pretty much everything around you, is instead of making the decision for them, letting them say, oh, you do this, and this. I mean, project managers can do that. However, a leader should paint the vision of where you want things to be. Here's where you envision, and continue to paint that vision in people's minds. Because most of the time, they don't know where we're headed, and that's where all this, they're just looking around and say, well, I don't see anything yet.
The big picture.
Right, I don't see anything yet. I don't see anything changing. How many times you've heard people say that? I don't see anything changing, because they still don't understand the big picture. And I think every leader can spend more time talking about the vision and why we do what we do. It would be important. And number two is that the people don't work for you is a huge realization.
Yeah.
Right? They don't work for you as a leader, you work for them. And every time you have more people that you need to lead, you are actually working harder. You're not going to be spending less time because you have more people. I should just delegate everything and just have more time to myself. You realize that those very people look at you and look for your feedback. They want you to help them through their situation, whatever it might be. And that's why a lot of folks like to have a smaller organization, because they understand that it just takes a lot of effort to run a big organization.
Right.
So I'm fine, because I love dealing with people and issues and concerns. That's just me. I've always been good at that. And I would say that's one of my strengths, is to be able to work with people no matter their entry-level position, an intern all the way to senior folks that have been in the industry for 40 years in this space. I got people that have been doing that for 40 years. Pretty much half of their life they've been doing it or more, and they're way older than I am. And to be able to work with that senior of a person to someone who just graduated last month,
right.
It's a wide spectrum of people you need to lead. And trust me, it doesn't get any easier. If they're young or old, it doesn't make any difference. People are people. You just have to learn to work with each person in the way that they are. And you have to understand that. You have to understand it. So as a leader, you can't assume every single person is like a robot. It's like you have to personalize and customize your message and what you're trying to accomplish, and you need to let them know, here's where I see you in a month or 2 or 3 or 6 months, and have them see that, and they're gonna come and say, hey, how am I doing? And you gotta be straight with them and say, hey, here's how you're doing. I really think you can still improve in these areas, but hey, I'll give you as much time as it takes, right? Not like the corporate world, you got until 5 o'clock to pack up your bags.
Yeah.
That's not really working with people. That's why that's predominantly why a lot of companies don't like the corporate world, because there's uncertainty.
Right. And
uncertainty means there's no safety and security. That means anytime anything can happen, and they don't like that, right? That's why there's so much stigma around that, big company, corporate job sort of thing. And if you're a lower level employee, you kind of don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Any given time. And they're always looking to blame someone else for every little things that happen, so they think that they're not going to get let go. Unfortunately, that means that there's not really strong leadership within that is helping the people that work there understand that they're valuable human beings and they add a lot of value to the organization, and that they're the reason the company operates. I've always say that if I don't have my people, I don't have a business. The people run the company, they make the product or service that we offer, they manage everything, and I'm just here to help them out. Look, I'm like the guy on the side, I'm like the police on the side. Traffic is happening, I don't have to do anything. The better my people, they'll just have no traffic, it'll just keep going. People are flying by, things are smooth. And I don't want to be the guy that sits there and dictates every little thing.
Right.
Oh, stop, this direction, go that way. I don't want to do any of that. I just would love to see things happen, and I'm sort of on the sideline, understanding it. Obviously, you want to make sure that everybody knows where they're going, and that's the job, right? You want to make sure that nobody's going to get in danger, so you get that done. But you don't want to be the leader that's sort of, I like to say, manager with a stick. That's really not a leader. If they're scared of you, you're probably not doing something right. They shouldn't be scared to talk to you. They shouldn't be scared to open up. And that means that they trust you. That means that they want to work with that person for the long haul. Trust me, let me tell you something. Many people leave jobs not because of the company, but because of the manager. 100%. They do not leave the company because of the company. They leave the company because of their manager.
Wow.
They just couldn't work with that person, so they decided this is not going to work for me. I can't deal with this. The company is great, the products are great, the benefits are great, everything is perfect. That's why they took the job. But the person, and people don't see that managers make the difference. The people that lead the day-to-day, the hour-by-hour, whatever deadlines and goals and KPIs, that is the person that sort of leads the team. And if that person can't deal with people on a personal individual level and coach them and always be a cheerleader, that's another thing. You're always a cheerleader. Oh my gosh, you did that, amazing. And maybe it was the worst time, it took them twice as long as everybody else, but you need to be a cheerleader because that's the only way that person is going to get better next time. But if you say that, hey, you suck, you took twice as long of every other person ever worked here, that person, you just killed their spirit.
Yeah.
You killed it. It is going to take months to build that up, right? But whereas you say, hey, look, I think you could do better.
Build them up.
I think you could do way better than this. I know you. I believe in you. You know how many times the words I've recently heard this is that the thing that people don't hear the most, we hear lots of I love you and care for you stuff, but we never hear I am proud of you.
Wow.
Never, ever hear your boss come back and say, hey, I am proud of you. Because when you hear that, you feel so good. You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm appreciated. The most important thing a human being wants, bro, they want to feel important.
Yeah.
They want to feel valued. They want to make sure that they're useful things in the world, right? They're not useless people. They want to feel valued and important, and that's the most important thing for them. Outside of safety and security and things like that, they want to be of someone of importance. And they want, sort of the validation that, yes, I'm doing something right. Especially younger folks, they just came out of college. They have all these, the picture in their mind is very different than the real world. I promise you. The picture in their mind is because I went to this college, I deserve XYZ job. Because I'm a graduate, I should get this. Because I just graduated, my starting salary should be XYZ. And that's not the real world, by the way. Not at all. So it's up to the manager, the coach, the mentor, the boss, the leader, the CEO, whatever you want to call it. They have to build up the people and say, hey, here's where you are today. Here's where I'd like you to go. And every single person needs to be on a different track because people have different skills and people have different, qualities. And certainly some people are faster than others. If you have kids, you probably see that one kid grew up a little faster, started walking a little faster, flipped over a little faster than the other one, and the other one took a little longer to speak or whatever.
Yeah.
Because every single person is different. You can't force it. You can't do anything about it. It is what it is. So it's up to that manager, the coach, especially the leader, to understand that. You will have some departments work this way, some departments that work that way. But if you can figure out how to make that all work sort of a glue, and rather than thinking they're all going to be exactly the same way, you cannot do that. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. I don't care where you put them in. I don't care how much training you got. Some people will be a little faster, a little slower, a little different. Some people are morning people. Some people are evening people and night people, whatever people you want. Some of them have big families, little families. Some sleep more than others. So you just have to learn to work with that because that's what makes an organization. I love the fact that everybody's different. I would hate it if everybody was the same.
Yeah.
I would hate it. I would be like, this sucks. I need some crazy here, right? The crazy makes everything else go smooth. I really believe that.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, the biggest thing is you work for them, they don't work for you, and you are serving them. And the more you can be able to serve others, they will want to make sure that you're the leader they want to work for. That's the thing, right? You earn their trust. You work the other way around. You're always there for them. Look, I got a call this morning. You won't believe it. I got this issue. I got that issue. I need another, whatever it is, equipment, you name it, and I need help. But the fact is, they know I can call on to this person to do that because that person cares about me and my well-being, and I know he'll do anything I ask. And I don't need to do that every day because I don't need that every day. But when I do, I want to be able to call on that person and say, here's my issue. I understand that I may not be able to do this, this, and this right now because I'm under the circumstances. I don't want to go into any details, but I want you to know XYZ. I said, look, let me make 2 phone calls. I should be able to get that fixed for you. And I told him, let me know this sooner next time. Don't try to figure it out on your own. That's why I'm here. That's my job. My job is to make sure that my people are going straight. And if 2 people are on the sidelines, I got to go get them and get everybody to go straight. Same direction, right? That's my job. And I didn't know that. And so now I do, and we're going to get that fixed within the hour. But the fact of the matter is, you got that level of trust from anyone for years and years. That's huge. That is the most important part of whatever business that you're doing. It doesn't matter. You could be an attorney, you could be a CPA, you could be in home services. But the fact is, you have to realize that people make what you do, right? It is the people. You could do it all by yourself and automate the whole entire business. Let me tell you, it will not be fun.
Yeah.
It would suck. When something breaks, you're the only one to fix it. But today I can call on 100 different people. If one person is busy, I got my next person ready to go.
Yeah.
And that person's busy, no problem. Let me get my next guy to go, right? I have hundreds of people that I can go to get stuff done. And that's how we get things done.
Wow. I like it.